Hello guys, welcome back. We are WTFG Studios. We talk films and games. Yes, you heard that right. This is our third video and the first one related to video games. If you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for more exciting updates. For those born in the late 80s or early 90s, video games, particularly PC games, would have occupied a sizable portion of their childhood. Getting a PC and spending hours playing video games was one of the underrated joys of my generation, the millennial generation. Now I know you're gonna say how the internet speeds were pathetic, how the graphics of the games were mediocre, and how multiplayer wasn't exactly a thing back then. Sure, but that doesn't mean we millennials didn't have fun at all being gamers. So the following list is going to be a nostalgia-filled proof of that. Number 1. Max Payne. When this third-person shooter released back in 2001, it was hailed an instant classic. Max Payne presented us with the story of a broken hero on rampage, killing pretty much every bad guy in sight. The technicalities, especially the bullet time feature, were excellent for a game of that time, and the Norse-style journey through New York's criminal underworld was met with rave reviews. I used to always wonder, did a real Max Payne ever exist? The ending of the first game offered a lot to chew on. I would even conjure up storylines in my head on how Max's journey would progress. And then came Max Payne 2 in 2003, which added an interesting romantic angle to the story. However, the game performed poorly in terms of sale, unlike its predecessors. Written by Sam Lake and voiced by James McCaffrey, this series will always have its own special place in my memory. Max Payne 3, written by Dan Houser, was a brilliant take. However, it compromised the Norse style and remodeled itself like an 80s actioner, but with enhanced gameplay features such as the cover system. Number 2. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. 90s gamers were introduced to the sandbox-style gameplay in GTA 3. The open-world perspective was met with overwhelming critical acclaim and brought many gaming studios to take up expensive projects involving sandbox-style gameplay. What made GTA 3 stand out from other games of its era include the freedom to explore the city, take up missions at will, and each action having a direct consequence on gameplay. GTA 3 was immediately followed by GTA Vice City. There were days where I would simply let Tommy Versity roam around to kick-ass music playing in the background, running people over with scooter, beating them up with baseball bat, and stealing their money. That said, the missions were great fun and gave the feel of living like a rogue-turned gangster in 1980s Miami. Number 3. Counter-Strike. The average 90s PC gamer would have spent several years playing Half-Life Counter-Strike. Well, at least I know I did. At gaming parlors or at friends' houses.
Terrorists win
is a phrase that won't be forgotten by my generation for sure. Counter-Strike took over multiplayer gaming world by storm on its arrival, and till date there's an enormous fan base for this series. Counter-Strike marked a massive step in gaming revolution of the early 2000s. This game, without a doubt, gave rise to hundreds of first-person shooter titles in later years. It also had few sequels on its own in the form of Counter-Strike Condition Zero and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Number 4. Mortal Kombat 4. It'd be fun to recall how many keyboards we've replaced back in the days due to excessive Mortal Kombating. In addition to the much revered characters, the new ones in Mortal Kombat 4 were met with an exceptional response. The combo moves, along with the much celebrated fatalities, were a rage amongst fighting game enthusiasts of those times. Mortal Kombat 4 introduced crazy new characters such as Quan Chi, Shinnok, and Fujin, while hidden characters like Goro and Noob Saibot simply added to the fun element. Nothing like listening to Scorpion scream. 2011 saw a revamp of the entire series with the release of Mortal Kombat, which then made its way to a brilliant Mortal Kombat 10 in 2015, followed by a pretty solid Mortal Kombat 11 in 2019. Number 5. Road Rash. Is there anyone born in the late 80s or early 90s who hasn't played this game? Road Rash would usually come preloaded when you bought a new PC in those days, along with Dangerous Dave and Virtua Cop 2. The combat street biking experience in this game was truly incomparable, well, at least back then. Kicking your fellow rider or a cop, or even beating them up with a rod, or maneuvering over them to crash into a pole or incoming traffic were uninhibited joys. And of course, how can you forget cruising through the peninsula, Napa Valley, City, Sierra Nevada, or Pacific Coast Highway? Number 6. Need for Speed Underground and Most Wanted. For the first time in the series, a career mode was established and a storyline was introduced in Need for Speed Underground. It also utilized the enhanced THX technology. A huge variety of customization and upgradation options were handed out to us in the garage mode. The underlying theme was street racing, but not on the street. It was a colossal success and spawned sequels, following the feisty nature of the Fast and Furious films. As gamers, we were mighty satisfied with the street racing at-home experience. Most Wanted took things to the next level and included in-game cinematics. The inclusion of an attractive female ally and a fierce villain added to the game's oomph factor. The stylishly designed circuits and the customized cars were certainly worth cheering about. While the races in the underground took place only at night, Most Wanted had races during the day. Raving up that Acura Integra Type R or BMW M3 GTR one more time still gives me a rush. If you're a 90s gamer, then surely for you too. Alright folks, that's our list. Tell us what we missed or mention the game titles that really bring back nostalgia for you in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow gamers in your circle, and subscribe to the channel for more video games and movie updates. Ciao!